Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tech Gig Webinars, our endeavor to empower techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is the key of enhancing our performances and for our growth as professionals. With this principle in mind, TechGig has initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give a crisp insight of various domains. Topic for today's session is Network Operating Systems for Evolving Networks. We are delighted to have Mr. Vanyarajan, DGM at HCL Technologies with us today. Mr. Vanyarajan has been working with HCL for last 16 years and a part of Cisco Odyssey since 1997. He has been designed in algorithm design for packet classification, OS infra development, software engineering, and architecting technical networks. Gentlemen, this presentation will continue for next 45 minutes and we will take your questions after the presentation. In the meanwhile, you can post your queries through the chat pane available in the webinar software. Without further ado, I introduce you to our guest speaker, Mr. Vanyarajan.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. It is my pleasure to reach out to all of you on this day, and the topic we are going to discuss for the next 1 hour or so is going to be on the network operating systems for evolving networks. Actually, I should say that this is going to be more of an introduction session because this is a very vast area where there are so many developments happening and there are lots of research that are going on in designing such operating system, for evolving networks. So I'll be presenting this this topic in 2 stages. So the first one would focus more on the motivation for the operating system itself and what's the principle behind it, and then I'll take few questions, and then we will move on to what are the fundamental design factors or considerations for network operating systems. So feel free to post your questions, and I'll try to answer them as much as I can. I expect this to be more of a very informative session to all of you. I hope you'll enjoy this. So just moving on. So what to expect from this presentation? Okay, so I've designed this presentation in a slightly different way, where you'll see a lot of white spaces and more of diagrams and pictures. So we'll be focusing more on the concepts behind these operating systems, the founding principles or the basic principles or the basics of these operating systems, and get a new perspective of the whole system itself. Instead of going with a conventional way of getting into a particular architecture view or getting into some implementation specifics, so I would be drawing your attention to look at the entire problem in a new perspective. And what not to expect. So I'm not going to cover any specific implementation of any specific operating systems, and we are not going to talk about an architecture of such operating system. And also I'm not going to pick up any case study here. And based on some of the feedback and based on some of the questions that could be raised in this discussion, maybe we can have one follow-up session in the same forum. I'll be happy to address that. And moving forward, so I actually